In this video, we are going to be talking about budgeting your paychecks. I want to give a big shout out to the person that left a comment on my last video, Felicity Fox 3983. They said, W video, thank you for giving tips to the youth. A video idea for you, budgeting your paychecks. So we are going to be covering just that today. So budgeting your paychecks, I want you guys to be aware of the 50-30-20 rule when it comes to finance. Okay, you need to learn about it, especially when you're doing budgeting with your paychecks. Okay, it's super important to know what the 50-30-20 rule is, especially if you want to escape the rat race. Hi, I'm Pappy Cam. I'm currently 25 years old and I've been investing and trading in the stock market for around 7 years, and I've accumulated my net worth to around $250,000. All right, so as I mentioned before, what is the 50-30-20 rule? We're going to talk about that just now. So break it down plain and simple. The big chunk of your money, 50% of your money is going towards your expenses, whether this is a car payment, this is a mortgage, or any other expenses you might have. Maybe you're paying for a Netflix subscription. So I want you to take 50% of your money and put that away right away. Okay, that goes towards your expenses. Okay, what you're left with is another 50%. All right, and I want you guys to break down this 50% into two categories. All right, the first one is 30% of your money is going towards your wants. So you're gonna have a lot more flexibility. This isn't a crazy finance plan like rule where you have to save like 90% of your money. No, it's not the case. So 30% of your paycheck, of your income, right, that goes towards your wants. So this could be having a night out with your girlfriend. This could be having a night out with your spouse. This could be going out with the boys, going to go get drinks, whatever it is. 30%, that's your number on what your wants are. And what you're left with is 20% of the money, 20% of your income. So 20%, this 20%, super important. You want to put this towards either your savings, your emergency fund, or your investments. Either way, you're saving this money and using it for your future. So when you break it down, super simple. We're going to recap it, okay? 50% of your money goes towards your expenses, 30% goes towards your wants, and 20% goes to your investings/savings. Okay, all right, so now that we covered the 40-30-20 rule, okay, we need to understand why it's important, right? So if you don't really have a game plan with budgeting your paychecks or any of your income, it's not going to be good. Knowing this 50-30-20 rule, it's going to lay a good foundation for you. It's going to give you insight on how you can save money and be better financially educated. And yeah, everybody needs to have a good foundation, right? Like, don't be a bum. All right, start implementing this. It's not a hard thing to do. Like, as soon as you get paid, I want you to think about where all that money is going. Okay, it's not like, oh, $1,000 just hit my paycheck, time to go fucking get hammered, time to go pop bottles or go get some strippers, bro. You know what I mean? No. If you do this, you're gonna be like 99% of other people and be a bunch of bums, bunch of losers. And we don't want that, right? Like, we want to be rich, we want to be financially independent. That's the goal in the end, right? So yeah, super important to know this 50-30-20 rule, and it's important to lay a solid foundation. All right, the final thing that I want you guys to keep in mind, it doesn't matter how old you are. You could be my age, 25, you could be younger, you could be older, but it is never too late to start learning about being financially educated. Okay, this is one of those things that you need to know to be financially literate, right? You won't be too late. It's always good to start. Everybody starts somewhere, right? Like, the best time to plant a tree was fucking 10 years ago, right? Or it's today, right? That's the second best time, today. So I want you guys to keep that in mind, especially when thinking about financial education and this 50-30-20 rule. And yeah, that's kind of concludes this video. Kind of kept this one short. I want to give a big thanks to the dude that left a comment. Appreciate you, bro. Hope to see you around in future videos. But you guys can be financially educated. Remember to keep this 50-30-20 rule in mind whenever you get income. And yeah, that kind of concludes the video. I want to thank you for listening. I really appreciate you guys. If you can leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, let me know down below. I'll be getting back to you. I always love replying, hearing your guys' crazy stories, your investing journeys. And I want you to remember to stay sexy, count your blessings, and be great. Happy Cam Valorant on Twitter, Happy Cam on Discord. If you guys want to message me, shoot me a text. I'm a nice guy. And yeah, that kind of concludes the video. Stay blessed, stay amazing, take care. Have a good one. Bye bye.